Hi everybody, today I'm going to show you how to make these super fun leather tassels without a Cricut. We are going to be hand cutting this. First, measure out a piece of leather that's about 6 inches by 1.5, or whatever size you'd like your tassel to be. Then mark it at even increments. It doesn't exactly matter how wide these marks are. This is how you're going to be cutting your fringe, so it should be wide enough to cut a functional fringe, but not so wide that it doesn't feel like a tassel. I used a chalk marker to do this. Next, you're going to mark where you're going to cut until. The main thing is you want it to be somewhat even, so just place it a little bit from the top and make a straight line across. Now, you guessed it right, you're going to be cutting your fringe at each marking that you made up until the line. Now, you want to just do quick, swift cuts. Don't overthink it. You need a good sharp pair of scissors. Yes, I did use my fabric scissors for this. As long as it's not being used on paper, it should not ruin it. Cut all your fringe all the way across, and if you need to make it a little bit wider, just try to use your markings to guide you as to where to do it. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly on the markings. I know on one of mine, I realized that I did need to do it a little further apart, so I kind of adjusted as I went along. The more of these you make, the better you'll get at it, and each one just takes a few minutes, and you can make it using scraps of material. Next, cut a small loop. Again, the size should be based on how functional you want it. Glue it closed, and at the same time, glue it at one end of your leather tassel. Be careful, the glue is hot. You can definitely use finger guards, and actually, I would recommend that. Now, you're going to start rolling up your tassel at the end where you place the loop. The loop kind of sits in the middle of the tassel, so just place a dot of glue and start rolling. Watch those fingers. Keep rolling and place new dots of glue at increments as needed. The reason why you see some existing glue spots on my tassel already is because at first I forgot to add that little loop. The loop can be made from a scrap of leather, or it can actually be made from ribbon, as I did on my other sample that I made. And then when you're done, just make sure to glue it shut well. I do recommend using a piece of cardboard to wipe off any extra glue as you go along. Now you can add a little bit of trim to the top. I do recommend doing this. It adds a lot to your leather tassel. For this one, I just used some studded leather trim. You can also use lace ribbon or any trim that offers a nice contrast to the leather or the faux leather that you used for your main tassel. This one's actually faux leather, but the other one, the green one, is made from real leather. I buy bulk scraps of leather that I will link to in the comments. And I will also link to this faux leather in the comments, as well as any other important supplies. You'll also find a link to the blog post that gives you all the details you need to make these super well in the comments. And that is all. Hang these from bags, add them to keychains, and use them as zipper pulls, and just have fun crafting them. Follow for more, like and subscribe.